All right, what's up, guys? Live looking right now at the K1 Max. I just got it set up. It's already pretty far through the benchy here. We are at 12 minutes and it's already hummed out 79%. So this printer's pretty cool. I figured I'd knock this benchy out real quick and have you guys take a look at it with me. So while it finishes it up, I'm going to try to keep the dogs and the kids quiet. All right, guys. So while this print here finishes up, yeah, this is the Creality K1 Max. I will have a full setup video for this. It is pretty cool. I'm actually gonna take my phone off the tripod here, kind of show you this. My room is absolutely destroyed from getting this all set up. I've got commissions and stuff that's getting shipped out, and there's just a whole mess of stuff here. But pretty cool printer. It scares me how fast this actually goes. I might end up putting this on the floor because this thing shakes a lot. It's definitely moving right now. These are the stock settings that comes on the thumbnail drive there. But yeah, this thing is just this thing is moving, man. But really cool machine so far. It did not take long to set up. There are a couple ins and outs as far as like loading the filament goes. There is a filament loading mechanism here. It does work a little bit differently. It's almost like a direct drive, even though it's a Bowden. I'm actually completely running out of filament. I don't even know if this is going to make it. I use some spare filament, but the filament loads here. You can actually see it's right here. Hopefully I have enough filament. The sensor is right there, so that would really stink if I run out. 91%. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. But yeah, this machine's pretty awesome. I may have to redo this particular benchy. You can see, oh God, it's so close. It's all right. I'll do another one. But I just wanted to give you guys a first look here at this machine. I was really apprehensive about getting it. There were a lot of people that were having issues with it, but I mean, this is such a sleek machine. I mean, the user interface here, you can see here, we ran out of filament. That's okay. I'll have you guys look at the benchy here, even though it didn't finish. I mean, this thing is printing at like, I don't know, I think like 3,000 millimeters per second or something. It is absolutely flying. But I'm gonna, in my video, I'm gonna go through, all these settings. I guess I could refill the filament here. I guess that wouldn't be a bad idea to finish this benchy. But yeah, this thing, it blows away like old school printers. Like if you guys have like CR10 V2 or V3s, they've come a long way from the CR10 minis and 10Ss. Even printers like the CR10S Pro and the CR6 SE. I mean, this thing is just it's on another level. It's so user friendly. Like literally, it's getting to the point to where anybody can get one of these and just do awesome prints. I have not gone through anything on the slicer. I will. I don't know if it's better to stick with Cura or Creality. These are all things that I'm going to kind of do while I'm learning with this K1 Max. I'm going to put my camera back in the tripod here and load this filament so we can get this benchy to finish. I should be able to just put more filament in. I've got some silver filament back here. It should continue on. So I'm going to get this loaded here real quick and try to get this benchy finished. But yeah, those of you that are apprehensive about taking the dive into these fast printers, I mean, obviously this is literally just the first print that I've done, but I mean, holy cow, It's definitely a pretty big upgrade. So I'll see if I can get this to finish here. Refill. So yeah, the only downside that I'm noticing here is when it does run out of filament, it does cool down. I know on my CR6 SE, when that little message pops up to basically refill consumables, it does not cool down. This does. So right now I've just put some more silk filament in. It's going to take some getting used to with this build plate here. They have you use a glue stick. Things like that are all included when you get the printer. See if this resumes here or not. But it was so close to finishing. It was at 94%, so hopefully it loads this filament through. I don't know if it's going to, though. I'm trying to push it along here so it grabs it. It looks like it's finishing it, so I don't know if what I'm doing is helping or not. I still haven't really looked into how the extruder works. I assume that it's pulling it because there's no mechanism back here. I don't know if there's a gear in the sensor or not. I don't see it getting... Yeah, it looks like it worked. So that finished the benchy. Like I said, I'm going to dissect some of this printer. I did get some bigger nozzles and things, so of course I'm going to start ripping this thing apart. The only way you can learn is by ripping your printer apart. So the fans are really loud, but it's in this enclosure, so it does keep it pretty quiet. But if you do plan on putting it in a bedroom, this thing, my definition is it hums. It's pretty loud, but when you close the door, you can hear how loud the fans are. The doors definitely make a big difference. So if you do have it in a bedroom next to a bed or something, the noise isn't too loud, but the vibration is pretty wild. I brought Darkwing Z in here, and he was amazed at how fast it was going, and he goes, "It's gonna fly off the table." But here we'll pop our benchy off here. So again, these are stock settings, and what's really nice about this printer is that every time you print, it goes through a self-calibration. It cleans the nozzle. It does a lot of interesting things. So that I guess I'm not used to. So this is a silk benchy. It was just some silk PLA I had lying around. It was sitting out, so there could be some moisture in it. It was just some scrap stuff. I mean, that's pretty crazy for stock settings. I assume it's a 0.2 layer height. You can see we've got some sagging here. Let me try to focus. And that could just be because of the speed. Could also be because it's silk and it needs to be tuned in. Could be a lot of things. But you got to figure for an archway, the speed that it's going at, that's not a bad benchy at all. They did this in about 15 minutes. That is wild, So really a cool machine. I'll give you guys one look at it here. I don't want to do too long of a video because I know I talk too much and tend to go off course with a lot of things. But things that are a little bit different from this. I have not messed with, so we can see here, 16 minutes. So that's how long it took the benchy. On here, you can hook it up to Wi-Fi. It does have a built-in camera. It also has LiDAR detection, which is up here somewhere. Oh, right here. And what happens is if the print falls over and fails, it'll detect that and stop the print. But there you can see the camera. So you can do all sorts of time lapses and things. Here are the files that come with it. Again, this will all be in the video. I'm just giving you guys a quick look. Hook it up to Wi-Fi. You can go to camera, AI function. These are all things that I really have not messed with much, but this is kind of nice because, I mean, how many of us have lost our little mini SD cards or mixed them and matched them with different printers? Really cool printer. From the back here, it is going to load from here, and you do have to do a heating and extrude cycle. You can't just load it in manually. I'll take this top part off here and just show you real quick, because this is, I didn't even realize this was like it. The top is not on a hinge, so you definitely want to be careful with that. But when you load and unload the extruder, there is a lock and an unlock. So you basically unlock it to load your filament, and then when you're ready to print, you lock it. And then when you want to unload it, you unlock it, and then you actually go, which I need to do here, so why not do it? Just show you real quick. We want to retract the filament that's in there. So this is going to heat it back up. But yeah, really cool printer, guys. If any of you have a K1 Max, let me know how you're liking it, or if you just have the K1. A couple shots out here. Darth Nihilist, what's up, man? How you doing? How is Creality OS versus Clipper? I wasn't really a fan of the Creality slicer. I actually just went on the Creality page. If any of you guys are on there on Facebook, and actually asked, if anyone is, utilizing Cura. Let me flip my camera around so you're not just staring at the printer. Yeah, so Clipper is something that obviously that technology is pretty cool. And I mean, you can take, something like a stock, Ender 3, and you can, put Clipper in there, and you can cut down on print time like crazy, So it'll be interesting to see, if Clipper makes that big of a difference. I know I'm going to be going back to Micro Center in Atlanta sometime in August, maybe sooner. We are taking Darkwing Z to a New Orleans Pelicans game, because that's only about 3.5 hours from where we live in Florida. We may make the road trip and see a Hawks game. So, of course, if I go to Atlanta, I got to hit up a Micro Center. They had some the Creality Sonic pads, which I know aren't exactly the same as some of the Clipper pads and whatnot, but they were pretty cheap. Big shout out to Micro Center. I kind of said in the video, I got this whole printer with extra nozzles for $6.99. To me, that was a crazy price. And I'm kind of spoiling the video, but I mean, they actually give you a whole roll of filament. That is unheard of when you get a printer. Usually they give you that cheap filament that always seems to be like just super brittle and doesn't really print that good. So I have not tested that filament yet, but I think that's a cool test that we showed here. I mean, I just use silk. I know a lot of people were apprehensive about using silk on the K1 Max, and if you even could. Well, these are just stock settings, and it seemed to work just fine. This K1 Max has this massive fan duct right here, and it definitely seems to help quite a bit with cooling. I'm not sure if my it says it's finished. Let's see if it actually retracted it or not, because I did have a little bit of that blue filament in there. It'll kind of be hard to tell, but I may have to print more to get the rest of this out. But a little bit different being from a Bowden setup, guys. If you are interested in the Creality, the K1 Max, you do have to extrude and retract the filament. And I actually didn't have it locked in. I completely forgot. So this unlocks, and I suppose you could release the filament manually, but it's things I'm going to learn. I had said that I wasn't going to jump in and get a Bamboo. I know a lot of guys on my Discord, we joke at the Bamboo guys that, it's the greatest printer ever. And I'll be honest, if you look around my room, that's a Creality printer, that's a Creality printer, that's a Creality printer, that's a Creality printer, this is a Creality printer that I lost power, and yeah, it just never resumed. So, and obviously this is a Creality printer. I've had great luck with Creality, man, and it's kind of funny. My whole scam video that I just posted, I'm I'm not shocked that it got that many views, but it's crazy that people are I guess taking a liking to it. I mean, all this stuff comes from Shenzhen. A lot of it comes from China, and I find it funny that a lot of people, badmouth creality when, I mean, I can almost guarantee if you take some of these 3D printers like King Rune, and I mean even like I got my Two Trees printer right here. I'm getting ready to do the high speed upgrade to that. I mean, I would not be surprised if they're outsourcing a lot of their boards and their products to these companies. Companies like Samsung, Sony, Panasonic, they do all that with these TCL TVs and all that you see at Walmart. All their stuff is outsourced. So, not to get off course. Um, but yeah, so far, guys, really, really great. We're gonna see if this actually. I think it did retract the filament. It's hard to tell because I think the blue filament ended somewhere around here. But I'm gonna have everything in the full video. Just gonna read a couple more comments here. Justin Rabbit, 15-minute benchy. Yeah, it's not bad with silk. Not 5 feet of trash and 1 foot cleaner. Oh, nice. That one funny meme guy, I was printing a helmet in 4 pieces. I guess I don't know why I'm showing you guys my floor. This room's a mess. And one of them didn't line up for some reason. What do you think it is? I printed all the 4 pieces the same size. That could be a lot of things. Sometimes it's the orientation, and if you have a line that's supposed to be straight, you're better off printing it on the flat surface. So like if you're printing something and where the pieces meet, you're printing it vertical, if that makes sense. When you print, it kind of does that stepping motion. So whenever I'm doing helmets, like to give you a perfect example, this helmet here was printed in 2 pieces, and I printed both of these where the pieces were going to meet on the flattest surface possible. So if I were to print this vertical, I would get that stepping motion as it finishes, and that could create issues with finishing. I'll probably touch on that. I'm doing a welding video for these helmets here. This is one of the Punisher helmets. You can see I welded this all together. I'm editing it right now. But this is all welded. Once this is sanded and filled in with Bondo plastic metal, you will never know it's 2 pieces, but that's probably the biggest tip I could give you. Michigan Manos, love mine. My Neptune Max took a poo over the weekend. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So I have the K1 Max. It's been running great so far. Good to hear, guys. I love hearing your guys' feedback. I don't know everything about 3D printing. I know a lot about finishing 3D printing helmets. So, when I get these machines, it's a learning curve for me too. So I like hearing, your guys' feedback. And that was a lot of the reasons why I picked this machine up, because so many people were saying so many positive things about it. I mean, sometimes you get the short end of the straw and you get a machine that, needs some repair or something. I can remember when I got my CR10 V2, the gantry was super loose. The thing was a mess, but I put it together and it worked good until I sold it. So last couple comments and I'll wrap it up. At that, Justin Rabbit here. Justin said the same thing. You got to print on a flat surface. Rafter brim is going to be the way to go. But I just wanted to show you guys this thing. It friggin' hums, man. It scares me how fast it prints. But I am going to have a lot of videos with this, specifically with silk, because obviously silk is my thing. So, it's something that, you can see, you can print stuff and it just looks great. Even if you're not doing silk, like that Moon Knight one, that was just straight raw printed with marble PLA. So I'm going to really focus on doing a lot of prints with this. We're going to do some 0.6 nozzle printing to try to cut down on time, and just a lot of, diving into this printer, because I'm sure there's going to be tons of firmware updates, a lot of accessories, multicolor printing I would love to do with this. That'll obviously be something I'll have to add on, or Creality will make one, or some company will make a clone of a Bamboo, and I'll get into that. But unfortunately, the age of printers like this and some of these, I feel like with, you either have to go clipper to speed up your efficiency, or you got to dive into something like this guy. And I know once I see how fast this prints, I can almost guarantee like my CR6 Max, my Ender, I may get rid of them to get just the Creality K1, something with a small build plate that can print really fast. Just because, yeah, I mean, printing, stuff like this, just the front of this on my Creality, sitting at like a day and a half, and it's just like, God, I can't stand that. So gonna get spoiled with this K1 Max, but I wanted to give you guys a quick shot. I do have it set up. I'm doing some test prints. I'm gonna have a full assembly video just for those of you who are interested. Shouldn't be too long, but I'm gonna have a lot more future videos with this, but wanted to give you guys a live look in. I also want to thank all you guys for commenting on the last video, those that watched it. Be very, very careful of those companies that, demand 5-star reviews. Right now, to be completely honest, I have, her name is, I think it's pronounced Lyra Chow, from Air One. And they want me to test their burnt titanium filament, but they want me to pay for it. And I'm so apprehensive about it because they didn't say anything about doing 5 stars. They just said they would like promotional videos done for the filament. They had seen my silk printing part 2 and part 3 and were impressed. But again, I have to buy it and then do the refund. So I don't know what to do. I know you guys are out there saying, don't do it, DW. Did you not learn from the first time you did this? But the filament is pretty cool. So I'm going to see what I can conjure up with that. But I want to thank you guys for tuning into today. Sorry for my very messy room here. It is a mess, but I tell you guys that I live a very busy life. I would show you the boys out there and have them say hi, but we got new furniture and it's a mess out there. So my wife would literally probably come in here and take back the K1 Max that she demanded I get. So I want to thank you guys for watching this live look-in. This was real sudden and on the fly. I just figured why not show everybody. So yeah, really cool. Pretty awesome benchy done here in about 15-16 minutes. I'm going to do more tests with this. Let you guys know in the video. Again, if you guys have questions on anything, make sure to hit me up. Drop me a comment, drop me an email, join the Discord. You can always get a hold of me through there. Last couple comments, I'm going to let you guys go. Godzilla and Games. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for joining in. Justin Rabbit, you're the all-star here. I need that 400 by 400. I don't think my Max will ever die. Thanks for that. No, I said appreciate you guys tuning in. I know there wasn't a lot of people tuning in on this. There wasn't something where I could kind of do like a preview or a grand unboxing. I just did it real quick, but appreciate you guys for taking your time out of a Tuesday afternoon to join in. I will have more on this and with my video with the K1 Max tests and whatnot. So make sure to tune in for next time. But for now, it's DW out.